do the do.
Honestly, I'm trying to stay focused.
Okay, so we're gonna pick up Antique and I need you more than ever. My number 70. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, my name is Griselda. As you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create this look. I've created a black smoky eye once on my YouTube channel, and that was like almost 2 years ago, and my techniques have definitely changed, and products that I've used to create a black smoky eye have also changed as well. So I decided to do a black smoky eye for this video. So if you want to see how I create this look, then just keep on watching. So first we're going to start off with the skin tone base from Plouise. We're just going to use this Plouise flat brush. Doesn't have a number, but it's just a regular flat brush. We are going to apply a generous amount on the back of the hand. We're just going to press that on. And I'm using a flat brush. I usually use a fluffy brush, but with this base, I just like the base to be a little bit more opaque. So I use a flat brush and then I just go in with a fluffy brush to kind of blend that out. With a smoky eye, I know it gets really tricky because you want to make sure that you can't tell where each eyeshadow starts and ends. Like, you want it to look really smoky. You want to make sure that you have a really nice clean canvas to start off. So that's why I like to put a generous amount of a base when I do a smoky eye. And then I just go in and just kind of press everything in, just so there's no demarcation. I didn't even mention that I already just did one eye because with the smoky eye, I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys step by step, and I want to focus just like doing one eye. So moving on, we're just going to use a little bit of translucent powder and we are going to set the eye. And I'm just going to pick up my beauty blender. We are going to press it all in. That was a lot of translucent powder, but that's okay. It's just going to help just kind of smooth out the surface. And we're also going to pick up a little bit of that translucent powder, and I am just going to place it right underneath, because you guys know black eyeshadow is really hard to kind of dust off when it stains. So we want to avoid that. So we're just gonna put a generous amount of that translucent powder underneath the eyes. So for those that don't know what that does, is if you do have any fallout, all you want to do is just kind of dust it off, so the eyeshadow just kind of sits right here and it's easier opposed to sticking to your actual skin. So I'm going to pick up my Pro palette from Melt. These are all Melt eyeshadows. So we're going to pick up this color called Antique by Melt. So we're going to pick up our 224 by MAC, and I'm just going to put a generous amount of that color, and we're just going to dust that into the crease. And this is going to be the first transition shade. With a smoky eye, I find that you have to do transitions because you don't want it to be super black. As you can see a little bit of Antique right up here, which is why I'm bringing it up a little higher. And then we're going to move on to the second transition, which is going to be a little darker. Next, we're going to pick up this color called Unseen, and we're going to use that same brush, and we're going to just add it on top of that. You want to just continue building that color. As you can see, I'm just going back and forth and doing circular motions, because that's going to place the eyeshadow in the crease and also bring it upwards. And then you just continue the process until you see that color transition. Alright, so now that you have a really nice transition, I only did 2 colors. We're still going to build that transition, but I like to do it the other way around when it comes to a smoky eye. So I like to do the dark and then kind of build that transition into the crease. To make the eyeshadow pop and make it really intense, we're going to use the Taking You to the Dark Side base by Plouise. And this is just a black eye base. You can use an eyeliner. I used to use my number 77 eyeliner by Inglot, but ever since I started using the Plouise one, I just don't need to use that one because this one is an actual base. So what I like to do is I like to just go in and apply that all over the lid. I try to make it almost like a cut crease, but not too perfect, just because I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out into the crease to make it look really diffused. So I just go a little bit above my actual lid space. So now going in with a smaller brush, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start blending out the edges so it doesn't look really like intense around the crease. It just looks like really nicely blended. And I'm using a more of a tapered brush. So it has like a little tip and it doesn't blend out everything else but what you're putting pressure on. And I'm just kind of smudging it back and forth, just going in and just doing like a circular motion, almost like pushing the product into the crease so it looks smoky. And then you just continue doing the same process until you get it as smooth or as blended as possible. All right, so now picking up Dark Matter by Melt, and I'm using that same brush. We're just gonna press the black eyeshadow right on top of that. And I like to use a pressing motion so you can get it as dark as possible. And I'm just sticking to applying the eyeshadow right underneath where I blended out the base, because we're gonna go back in with that same brush and just blend that out as well. And I'm using that same tapered brush. And I'm applying a little bit more pressure because I'm trying to make sure that the eyeshadow doesn't stick to the base. So I'm just kind of pushing that in and then blending it upwards. And then going in with my 224, I'm just gonna pick that up with no product and just kind of blend everything together. And the key to having an eyeshadow nicely blended is just to go back in and just kind of marry all the colors together. So I'm not picking up any more product. I'm just picking up that brush that I used for the first two transition shades. And I'm just going in and just kind of blending them together because you just want it to look like it's a transition opposed to it being three different colors. All right, so now picking up Rust and this Morphe, this is the M506 brush. This is going to be more of a detailed step, so I'm just going to go in between the two transition shades and the black eyeshadow, and I'm going in with Rust to kind of give you that depth in the crease. So it's going to look a little bit like this. And I'm starting the color right on top of the black and then just kind of blending it out towards the crease. And this brush just helps you kind of detail it a little bit more and have a little bit more precision of where the application is being placed. You know, because you don't want to look like you have an unblended smoky eye and then end up looking like a raccoon, because that has happened to me. We're gonna pick up Antique and Unseen together, and we're just gonna add that into the crease. You don't want to lose the first transition shades, so just kind of going back and forth is the key. If you guys don't have this brush, you guys need to get this brush. I feel like everyone should have a 224 in their life. Moving on to the fun part, we're gonna use Gunmetal. We are gonna pick up that same brush that we used for the base and to pack the eyeshadow. We're gonna wet this a little bit. I'm gonna use my Watermelon Mist by Glow Recipe, and just watch how this is gonna transition. I'm just gonna press that into the lid, and it just gives it a really nice like wet effect. It just like, I don't even know how to describe this. Seeing this combo just gives me life. And I stop it like right above where my crease ends, just so you can see the transition of it all. All right, so now going in with that M506 brush and Gunmetal, we are going to wet this. And I'm just gonna go and blend that out right here. And this is just gonna help kind of transition the matte black to the shimmer so it doesn't look too separated when you look down. We're gonna go ahead and use this Lancôme Hypnôse Drama mascara, and I'm just gonna go ahead and coat my lashes. You don't have to do too much mascara because honestly you're not gonna be able to see it, so I'm just gonna do enough where I can just kind of blend in the false lashes with my own lashes. And I've really been loving these Baddie lashes by Baddie B. So we're just gonna go ahead and pop these on. I've used these lashes like 50 times. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but I have used them at least 10 times. And they still look pretty good. So to smoke out the bottom of my eyes, I'm going to use Zero by Urban Decay. This is their 24/7 Glide On pencil. And I'm just going to run that through my waterline. And also, I'm going to bring it down to my lash line just a little bit, because we're going to use that to kind of smudge out the bottom. And I really like it to be like right in between the lash line. And I'm going to use this Morphe M124 brush. We are going to just kind of blend that out. And it's kind of like a flat, fluffy-ish brush, but it gets like right in between the lash line. And it just smokes out the eyeliner really nice. And then with that same brush, we're going to pick up Dark Matter, and we are going to set that black eyeliner. Now picking up Gunmetal with that same brush, we're going to go ahead and wet it just a little bit. And I'm just going to pop it like right in the inner part of the eye. I'm not going to bring it all the way through. I'm just going to place it right here. All right, now we're gonna pick up a fluffy brush and a little bit of translucent powder, and we are going to just dust everything off. I'd already dust a little bit off, but now we're just gonna dust everything off. All right, so now picking up my Extended Play Gigablack mascara by MAC, we're just gonna run that through the bottom of my lash line. The best for bottom lashes. I'm pretty sure I've said that 1,000 times, but I'll say it again. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some blush. Look at that. So for this look, I'm gonna use Lady Marmalade. It's a mineralized baked blush by Makiage, and it just fell. Just gonna pretend that that didn't happen. I really love to pair like a black smoky eye with either a peach or pink blush. And I'm just gonna pick up this IT Cosmetics brush, and we're just gonna pop that right on the apple of the cheeks. I'm not gonna do any highlight just because I don't want to take away from the eyes. And I feel like if I did add a little bit of highlight, it would be a little too much. We're just gonna keep it really nice and subtle just for today. Picking up this Nude Medium by Smashbox, we're gonna go ahead and line the lips. For lipstick, we're gonna be using this lip by Urban Decay, and it's in the shade Sansa Dark. And it's like a peachy pink undertone, and it's kind of sheer. And then we're just gonna top it off with this lip injection gloss by Toofaced. And not that I need it, but I really love this color. All right, everyone, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this look. If you really love it, if this was super helpful for you. I hope it really was. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next video.